recently as they've had a visiting nurse. Oh, thank that. To stop by to attend to the one instead of me having to go to a clinic somewhere with intensely inadequate transportation. I've noticed a little vein work going on with that stuff. That's just me, being observant. You can tell me something that makes sense about that, but by all means, because Sony Top, I just have not seen his medical credentials hanging on the wall. I'm assuming maybe it's like these vehicles taking me back and forth, and I qualified. They're just put there because some Hollywood kind of thing, like our president, or some Muslim, Middle Eastern kind of thing, like the last president, placed there. Maybe it's something like that. Yeah, they don't call them Hussein unless they're Muslim and Middle Eastern, especially not where he grew up in Africa. And it seemed kind of odd, just me being observant, that we just got attacked by a whole lot of Husseins, and they're placing someone named Hussein in the highest office in America with all the choices they have. In a similar fashion with qualified transportation. Maybe it's Gulf Coast, South Coast, maybe it's not, I don't know. But with all the choices, and I see them every day going up and down Eagle Rock up there. Work in Eagle Rock. Seen them in downtown LA as well, that are qualified, that have vehicles that aren't falling apart. And they're just sending me the Husseins. Maybe that's the case. I'm John Melton Brady. You don't know anything about this call. I just made an audio of folks who have no chain of command, are unable, they transport as part of their living folks to medical appointments, from medical appointments, when those folks are left in the heat, in the rain, in the weather. They don't have standby. Does that sound like any way to run a business? I got news for you guys. If you give competing companies the opportunity to pick up that business at that time and to provide to more customers later on, you will weed out the incompetent transportation as it is. It is obvious in that fashion, and it is obvious that Byron, who was with those, I've heard about 5 of them giggling. It's some kind of joke at Logisticare'S, the representatives giggling, laughing, as I'm trying to get someone to pick me up and take me home. I want to know why do a military children's burn unit check in front of every member of Logisticare'S. LA Care as well. They handle it. They're the ones that are supposedly doing the BS with the grievance that doesn't go anywhere. It didn't go anywhere with the Jenny Lopez of Libertana. Didn't go anywhere there. That made incredibly obvious. If you know these folks, check and post in front and say this. He says do a military children's burn unit check. That's me trying to make sure my phone that will get the fire engine here for my child, that it will work. In an emergency, by calling him right now, make sure it's not affected by political and religious censorship. And I want to know how you can reach him to laugh on the line, Logisticare'S, LA Care, as he is waiting for transportation in the heat. And I don't know if my phone will work. Should I need a fireman? Well, we have a fire at our house. What is your part in this, LA Care, Logisticare'S? You're asking someone locally Ask them, what do you know? Is there any particular parts of your company that would seem to be leaning towards being dangerous, leaving patients out in the heat? What is your part in it? Good folks aren't going to have a problem. You demonstrate America's hijacked lifelines. Phone records don't lie. That woman there on the phone, the chattery man before that, they're going to show up on call log. If you can't be sure you're called to. The firemen will show up on the call log, whether you'll get through. That's dangerous, folks. Hijacking America's lifelines, and worried enough about it to alter phone records covered up. It's much worse than Watergate. It's that stuff that places someone named Hussein in the highest office in America right after we got attacked by a whole lot of Husseins. We need to take America back and do your part with that by this repetitive. That's not just anybody, that's someone actively taking part and leaving me way out in front of LAC USC Keck Medical Hospital, in front of a Star Clinic, not showing up a couple of days ago, actively taking part. And you can bullshit all you want about this their job over there to do the grievances, and if they get a grievance and they won't fire them, and it's bullshit because they've been working for since last October, doing the same damn thing, and they're not fired. It's checking post in 5 military children's burn in, checking post in front of LA Care and Logisticare. And ask him, why are you intentionally taking part? Most of the folks you can't see. These folks are being very active in it. So Sonny Todd, the Star Clinic. Get them on video as you call me up in front of them. Say, how does your phone work? Well, my child's phone is hijacked, his lifeline. What's your part in this? Sonny Todd.
Okay, I'm going to try and finish up this if the batteries hold out. This is April, I believe. Yeah, it's my Gates livelihood. You can't reach me, you can't reach a customer. You have no idea how many other customers you can't reach. I have no idea what you get when you check in post in 5. It's going to be something boring, I'm sure, most of the time. Phone ringing, busy signal, error message. If you get to leave a message, you don't show up on my caller ID and I don't get the message. Next time you're calling a customer and you get that ringing phone, or you leave a message and they don't get back to you because they didn't get the message, that's your Gates of livelihood, meaning someone who's less competent in your field doesn't do as good a job as you do. They are getting the business by phone or even mail. No certified mail in over 8.5 years of asking for that person. 9/11 World Trade Center Flight 93 check. Make the video of your hijack call. It takes just 5 minutes. Make the video of your stolen mail. Use FedEx, UPS, any private courier. 4260 Eagle Rock Boulevard, apartment 409, Los Angeles, California 90065. John Melton Brady is the full name. And yeah, back to that. Yeah, you get that phone ringing because someone else is supposed to get with a bigger name in your business, but not as good a product, is supposed to get that business. I'm not making any money designing this graphic art here. I'm self-taught. It's a free downloadable program. I'm not making any money doing this because folks who would hire me to do that can't reach me by phone. You can't reach me by phone. It's the same way with them. But it's more than about money out of our pockets. It's about your phone not working and not knowing when else it won't be allowed to work from those who would be bold enough. I know you get tired of me saying this if you're a Trump, Freudian, a Hussein supporter. But even if you support everything he's done, it looked bad, it is bad, it was bad. He reached out to the Muslims first thing in office. Let the wound heal a little bit before you rub salt in it, huh? It's obvious whatever was done in quiet during the past 8.5 years or 8 years, needs to be undone. Make a video of your call to me in front of all mayors, governors, local news anchors, network news anchors. Get them on video. What do you know about this? What do you think about this? What are you doing about this? I'm trying to call John Melton Brady. I'm not reaching them. I have no idea when else my phone won't be allowed to work from those hiding in the shadows with ill intent. You get the reaction you post. Get everyone weighing in on this. Check-in, post-in 5. Flight 93, check-in, post-in 5. Like the heroes of 9/11 fought back physically against the attackers, the terrorists. They also fought back making calls. All of our phones make videos nowadays. Make that video of your wife's phone, your neighbor's phone, another soldier's phone, another fireman's phone, not working, another policeman's phone, another guy in the pew at church there, his family's lifeline. Make a video of being hijacked, post it. Takes just 5 minutes. Come see me in person, especially if you got adequate medical facilities and transportation. You want to know what's going on with these eyes that are different since 1996. Used to be all dark brown. You want to know what's going on with them? You want to see what medical research is possible with them? Come see me in person. Have wit, we'll travel. And yes, what the Immaculate Apartment here in Eagle Rock's all about, best place I've ever lived in. What's making Gates and Google nervous enough to try to flush all of those 93 check videos on their OneDrives, their Google Drives. Come see me if you want to build worldwide. Places to inspire the future and the present to greatness. Jesus' immaculate house. Cities, communities, really, not just those places you go to on Sunday. Places you live in, places you inspire the future and the present to greatness with. The best of everything you put in those homes. Come see me in person when you can't reach me by phone, and have wit, we'll travel. Show me that perfect place, perfect sky to build underneath, perfect clouds to build underneath, best people to build with. Let's get started. They'll keep putting on a show around me, and yes, in Washington or any of the places all over the world that what I described as the Great Wall of China is being stupid with. They're going to keep that show going on. We can build a better world despite that. Come see me in person, let's get started. When you see someone other than me in my chains and eyes, my sunglasses, and the imagery on my chest there, I'm wearing a frame now. When you see someone, a picture frame. When you see someone other than me, my chains and eyes on this chest, in my imagery on those opportunity phone cards, flooding college campuses, forest parties, military bases, homes, communities, cities, churches. When you see someone other than me and my chains and eyes alone in this imagery we have started to build, be a part of that. Come talk to the one and only in person right now. 4260 Eagle Rock Boulevard, apartment 409. Yell real loud. I try to leave the window open as often as possible. I'm on the 4th floor and they don't have an intercom. But come see me and let's get started building a better world.